as possible. We want as much people to see the beautiful Smash games we're about to witness, but I believe start has been pressed. We got a Pokemon battle upon us. We got Greninja versus Jigglypuff.
Vamos a darle. We've got Germany versus the United States. Tarik the Machine. Tarik the Machine with Greninja. We know how deadly he is. Every single time you see him in bracket, you know that things are about to get nasty.
Yeah, and main thing right now, Tarik at around 50-60%. Gotta watch out for that down air into the rest. Any kind of rest setup, falling up air rest is going to be online as well. So you see Tarik being very, very quick, nimble, dashing in, dashing out, really picking your spots as one of these speedster characters, right?
It's all, yeah, for sure. It's also very scary, even though this is an interesting Pokemon battle. It's very hard to deal with Jigglypuff sometimes, especially as Greninja being a slight weight and as floaty as Jigglypuff is. So that means that Tarik will have to be very accurate, maybe more accurate than ever. Otherwise, Bassmage will probably sneak away, float away from these kinds of punishments.
Yeah, and right now is the key moment where Tarik wants to get some kind of big opening, right? You really want to get the Nair fair right at the edge of the stage. The down tilt into the up smash is really what you want, but if Jigglypuff gets too high percent, the floatiness is really going to be a thorn on his side.
Yeah, it becomes scary, especially now when you have to land good prosecution from Bassmage, trying to catch him in. The dash attack gets him, but not quite enough to get the stock. Tarik has a quick situation here, has to be a quick thinker as well to try to punish Jigglypuff, trying to catch her off stage and just hydro pumping away, making sure that at least Bassmage takes a while to come back to the stage.
Yeah, and one thing about Greninja in general, you don't have like crazy active hitboxes. Your forward air is active for, you know, a little bit. You do have some multi-hits that can trade. The back air off stage will do the trick here for Tarik, and that's going to be a huge W here because now you can just rack up damage. Both these characters very different in their strategies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Greninja, a very vertical character like Fox, you're just going up and down really quick. You got a crazy full hop and the fast fall, but Jigglypuff very floaty, going to be in the air for a long time, can drift left and right. So very polar opposite characters in terms of just their stats alone.
Yeah, it's really difficult, especially now where Bassmage is trying his best to just fight back and is struggling so much to get Greninja. I mean, it is the Amphinobi, it is the Ninja trying to shake around and move as quickly as possible to avoid Bassmage to try to get any damage being sent out. Of course, landing becomes increasingly harder when you have a ninja just chasing you down, just waiting for a defensive option, maybe even a panic option to punish accordingly. Bassmage still struggling so much to get that first stock.
Yeah, and usually when we watch Bassmage play, Bassmage loves to set up these edge guard situations with the forward throw. Forward throw has a nasty angle off stage, but I think Tarik doing an incredible job of just staying center stage. Whenever Tarik gets hit not too far off stage, but the back air is going to do the trick. Not going to be able to tech that just because you are at such high percents, but maybe trying to line up double jump up air, going to hydro pump back to center stage. And I think if you're Tarik, you just need to make sure you don't get put off stage at a low percent and get that double jump sniped. A lot of your recovery is front loaded into that double jump.
For sure, it's definitely hard to deal, especially now where Tarik has a very solid footing and dominance of not only center stage, but the whole stage in general. Bassmage is struggling so much, even in the air, to find some comfort. Despite the fact that Jigglypuff loves to be in the air, it is the balloon Pokemon after all, still not finding a good opportunity to stay alive or away from the danger that the machine is putting up forth.
Yeah, and both these players not really able to find any hit confirms into the KO. We've just mainly been seeing some stray hits or maybe call-outs in that disadvantage state, right? And right there, Tarik.
Nice.
Oh, this is a big deal. Can you get the fall?
Oh, no.
Dang, and that was such a good situation. Not going to lose the stock for it, but was able to get that double jump like we mentioned earlier, and then just barely missing the punch was Bassmage going for that falling up air rest. Not going to connect here, but you still need some kind of way to get this stock. Again, trying to set up, but up and over Tarik goes.
Yeah, I was very unfortunate. That was kind of clutch. That would have been insane if that had connected. Very unfortunate that was not the case. After all, Tarik felt comfortable enough to just recognize where that was coming from. Good DI as well, and good pressure off stage once again. Those back airs proving immensely beneficial for the Greninja.
Can you get the sledge trap? Yeah, these nairs are connecting, but 134, Tarik has pretty much gotten to around, 150 every stock here.
Yep.
So it's going to be a really big deal. And the back air once again into the stage. Too high of a percentage to get the tech on the stage spike here. Ooh, man, that shield is looking low. Looks like Tarik is taking to the skies.
Yeah, now I wouldn't be surprised if Bassmage actually manages to find some magic here. Look at him go. Just
That's
enough pressure. Not it, unfortunately. Great slip up from Tarik, just going away, knowing that the pressure that the Jigglypuff was putting out was just too much to bear, and instead opted for the long route in order to recover back into the stage, setting up for some nasty setup right there.
Dang, gets the air dodge. Tech takes the situation. No, Tarik is able to jump out of it. And what was looking like such a great lead for Tarik is now very, very close. Platform tech takes no. Instant double jump away. Great defense coming out from Tarik.
It's so scary right now because Bassmage has a very good opportunity to bring it back. Tarik has the opportunity to challenge on the platform. Love to see it. Good chase down. This is why I loved when Greninjas, instead of going to Pokemon Stadium 2, as they usually do for some reason, they pick small battlefield. Those shorter platforms, or at least closer to the ground, do make a big difference. I've seen that up smash still fail to connect on the second hit, even on small battlefield, but you increase your chances, and those chances are taken when it matters the most.
Yes, we've had some tragic Greninja moments in Ultimate history there, and I'd say 9 out of 10 of them involve up smash, not fully connecting. I mean, that is the that is a con of having a multi-hit. Yes, any kind of multi-hit smash attack, there is just a slight chance. I mean, even something like Falco, right? Compared to something like Fox, where it's just one solid hit. Any character with just a solid hit, single hit smash attack, well, you can't fall out of that.
Right. Watch out though, Bassmage with a very same strat, and I think that's something that Bassmage needs to keep in mind next time. Love it to see how Tarik is just evolving in that sense, not falling victim to the pressure that Bassmage is putting out, especially as close to the stage as he has so far. But that's something to change for future attempts of edge guarding.
Yeah, the Nair not going to be super deadly on its own, but I think what Bassmage is really looking for is a hard read on the angle of the up B. You get the drift out Nair, and then you can combo it into fair. When you can combo the Nair to fair and you get that tail end, like the last active hitboxes of that Nair, and you can start comboing off stage, that's when Jigglypuff gets really deadly. I mean, even if you don't, you can go for the rinse and repeat over and over again, but it just kind of gets to a point where eventually your opponent will be able to mix you up.
Definitely. Also, keep in mind that Tarik is doing a really good job at recovering aggressively. When he's coming from below, he is opting for the up air to try to challenge Jigglypuff's drill in the down air. So again, both of them they know where it hurts the most, and they're trying to mitigate one another. This time around though, Bassmage is the one that makes his opponent bleed first though. Tarik is not too far behind. He just needs maybe a dash attack or a sweet, sneaky back air. Although without Rage, I don't know if it's going to take a stock this early on.
Let's go for the Tomahawk grab with the stray hit of the forward air. And once again, both players getting a lot of just these stray hits just because, some of these weights are awkward for them. Here's the drill. We should get a double up here.
Good parry.
Ooh, maybe even a DI up there. That was kind of weird that Bassmage wasn't able, but the combo breaker. Got the flower on the head too. Hey, this is great damage.
What the hell? That was absolutely unhinged from Bassmage, and I'd love to see it. Honestly, that was such a nice challenge as well. Get a good extra residual damage with the poison that the flower did allow him to take. So I think that was a very risky gamble that ended up playing very well in his favor.
Yeah, and Bassmage was at 0%, so did still get punished, but I mean, I guess the trade and damage-wise, looking pretty good here for Bassmage, 130%. I mean, one backer will surely do the trick here. Tarik very afraid of that, going for the roll, but Bassmage still finding that second stock regardless.
All right, things are getting scary at this point. Tarik needs to find something to catch Bassmage in the air as they recover back into the stage in the middle, of course, of Hollow Bastion. Bassmage has a little bit of comfort knowing that the platform allows for a little bit of a ceiling, a little bit of a roof to feel comfortable in.
Okay, just barely outspacing there. Gonna come in with the whiff punish with the forward air here. Angle down forward tilt, trying to get that 2-frame.
I like it.
Not going to connect on to Jigglypuff, and Bassmage not going to have to rush it. Does get a shield poke, or maybe just dropping the shield there, and now Bassmage able to tack on a bit of damage, but I think that's the double jump, and that can't make it back from that, and barely just getting it on the tail end there. And finally we see, I don't think it was a Nair, but like just drill into Nair comboing. Essentially, when Jigglypuff is off stage, if you can make a combination happen off stage, that's usually when your opponent can't really make it back.
Yeah, that was actually pretty clean from Bassmage, looking exactly as he was intended from the very beginning. Every time he's off stage, he's trying to challenge Greninja. After all, it's a bit linear. It's unpredictable, I will say that. To catch a Greninja, it's pretty hard in and of itself. But I think Bassmage has the right tools with the Jigglypuff to try to challenge every attempt of recovery from Tarik, and he eventually got it. Great second game, and we will get to enjoy a third one with a reinvigorated Bassmage and motivated Tarik to bring this back home.
Yeah, we'll see. This is a big pivot game here on PS2. So, PS2, we're going to have a lot of real estate to work with here. Just a lot of room. It's going to be the largest stage on the stage list here at this tournament, or at most tournaments anyway. PS2, notably larger than most other stages in terms of quote-unquote standard size on stages. So going to have a ton of room, and both characters going to be able to utilize this. Jigglypuff just going to be able to really move in the air while double draw off stage, though the forward air, and that's going to be it. Punishing Tarik's DI down and away there, plus the fact that Greninja is a fastball, you're going to be susceptible to those combos. And you kind of see Bassmage finding these setups at around like the sub 50% mark, because when you hit someone off stage and they don't have much percent, that's actually good for you because they barely get hit anywhere. And that's exactly, you see all these multi-hits dragging them down off stage. That's exactly what Bassmage needs.
Definitely, and that's exactly what he wants. After all, that's what he's fiending for. Tarik trying to get a sneaky kill off the top of Pokemon Stadium 2, not being able to get it just yet. But I completely agree with you, Charles. It's good pressure, and it's good a recognition of where things will go, especially on low percentages. As you mentioned, the knockback is fairly non-existent, so that means that it's basically a guaranteed confirm or continuation to the strings that both of these characters, specifically Jigglypuff, I'd say, do manage to get every time.
Yeah, you always want to be looking out for that if you're just, spectating and viewing general percentage windows where the other player or character is really strong, right? We've seen Tarik get things like the down tilt up smash or the Nair forward air around that 70, maybe 80, 90% mark. But dang, there is the rest off the ledge. Don't get hit by the Wi-Fi, Tarik.
Yeah, we don't get to see that too often, especially in bracket or in-person events. Like, it's just an option, right? And if it works, hey, it's great. Now, Tarik will have a bit of a challenge here because he's fishing for Bassmage, knowing that Jigglypuff is pretty hurt. But now we're playing the runaway game. Good challenge on the platform. Love it that Bassmage took that shield as well.
Oh, that's such a big deal.
Yeah, it is, but still surviving. In that Tarik knows that he needs a strong hit in order to get this stock as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and that forward smash not getting the stock is such a big deal. We see Bassmage low shield, but going to go ahead and angle the shield up. You can go ahead and manipulate that and angle in any different direction. And, of course, even if your shield is very low, your parry range is still the same thing as a quote-unquote full shield. Great DI and the reversal. Just you reach, I teach. Tarik is out here with the back air.
Yeah, a bit of an overextension there from Bassmage. I mean, he was fiending for that crazy early stock, and understandably so, right? But still, there was a bit of a gamble there, and Tarik took the most out of it. Now we're going into a bit of an impasse situation where Bassmage is currently the one with the biggest lead and challenging Tarik as well. Now it's gonna be costly as well. Love it. Great high recovery, just barely dodging what Bassmage was offering in terms of defense. Still not getting out of the woodworks.
Delaying as much as possible. Tarik then going straight up, getting back on the stage. You maybe have a couple more chances if you're Tarik, but it's going to be very difficult. Any hit at this point is going to result in a pretty decent offstage. Unless you have that center stage control right, you have so much real estate to work with. And PS2's particularly, when you get hit off center stage, you have a lot of space. You can survive for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I do see the value in going into Pokemon Stadium 2. Well, it's just because Tarik is suffering at this point, not being able to get many or big damage on Bassmage, who's playing defensively, who's playing just a wall, just waiting for Tarik to get either desperate to get some damage in, and that's where he's probably going to catch him, just walling him out, waiting for Tarik to overshoot an attack, but eventually will start racking up damage.
Yeah, and because Jigglypuff is floaty, you actually can do things like the drag down up air, true combo into the up tilt. Other characters that are more on the fast fall side might have to go for something like a tech chase, but the down air is going to get whiff punished. And Bassmage with the fist pump coming through here, just pretty much barely getting out of the way of the down air, and then that down air. Not a lot of end lag on arrows in general in Ultimate, even on some stall and falls, but if you are able to pre-position correctly, you can get big punishes like that Jigglypuff back air.
All right, things are looking pretty good for the Jigglypuff main. The American representative here at Port Priority 9 is feeling quite comfortable. We could tell just how easy it was for Bassmage to breeze around, to move with the air, just floating, making it super hard for Tarik to feel comfortable and feel confident enough to break that distance. Game number 4 is due. Charles, what are you seeing about this offensive that Tarik is trying to put out?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Even with like the platforms you mentioned, some of the platform tech chases might not be as strong, as powerful, right? So I think we mainly need to see these nairs connect, but I think Bassmage just has been playing so well in the neutral, not really letting Tarik get some of these down tilts, some of these nairs that we saw in the first couple games. So if Tarik is able to find a way to weave those in, I think that's what Tarik is trying to look for here, or even maybe getting hit on purpose from some of these nairs, but on the side closer to the stage to access something like a tech onto the stage, double jump back on, and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Neutral has been Bassmage's field trip right now. Like, he feels comfortable enough to just empty hop around, just waiting, baiting out an option from Tarik, which is interesting because, I mean, you would think that Greninja feels comfortable pressing buttons, but you see that he overextends and Bassmage just runs away with it. Great punishment, finally catching him on the platform. Love to see an up smash from Greninja actually working.
Yeah, the moneymaker here for Tarik is going to be those down tilt up smashes at around that 70% mark. And of course, the nair forward air right at the edge of the stage. Okay, double down air, but ooh, maybe just some good SDI up or something, or maybe a fast fall on Bassmage's side. Nonetheless, Tarik able to get away. And I mean, the main thing here is, you see, in this situation, it's bad. Tarik needs to get back to center stage, especially like sub 50%. We've seen Bassmage get like around 2 stocks that last game just for these offstage interactions, sub 50%.
Nice. Beautiful chase down from Tarik as well, just waiting on Bassmage to pull that trigger, to air dodge away into what seemed to be a perceived sense of safety, yeah. But still not being able to, because Tarik with the speed of Greninja just chases down, just makes sure that the aggression really never stops, Charles.
Oh man, missing the tech, but no lock, no punch from Bassmage. Maybe Bassmage expecting something else to react to there. But it is Tarik going to get away, tack on a bit more damage, and the magic number, you see the down tilts coming out because you know what Tarik wants, that down tilt into the up smash, but Bassmage also knows, doing a great job of avoiding it. Oh, never mind.
Nice, good attempt there, trying out the platform, not being successful at it, but still holding center stage and still holding that opportunity to catch Bassmage as he lands. Gotta be careful here because recovery is exactly where Tarik is suffering the most from. Bassmage has a very solid opportunity to wrap things up here, especially at the ledge. Gotta be mindful of how you approach, Tarik.
Yeah, that backer almost connecting to from the ledge. Okay, tries to go for the parry up smash, but not going to be able to find the mark. Even dash attack up air, again, not going to find it. The up smash, way too slow out shield from Jigglypuff, but letting it rip, maybe trying to get that anti-air, maybe trying to get that scramble. The rolls are coming out. You know the nerves are here when the rolls come through.
Come on, give us game number 5. We all want to see it. I mean, so far, this feels like last stock, but it's really not. Finally, he manages to get that stock. Tarik, the German competitor, feeling good right now. 1, 2, 3 on the side of his damage counter, and he's aimed to go for a little bit of extra credit on this second stock before Bassmage manages to eventually and inevitably get it for sure.
Okay, 46% already racked up on the Bassmage. Those drag down into the up tilts doing work here for Tarik. Okay, with the fastball, can you get back? Wow, great job utilizing that wall as well. Tarik, any of the games that Tarik has won or just has looked really good, we usually see Tarik get to these percents, that 150, 160 mark, right? Where Bassmage really isn't finding these offstage confirms. We'll see what Bassmage can do here. Can you close out the set 3-1?
I don't know.
But I definitely want a game 5.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you guys in chat saw this, but Bassmage, as soon as that stock was taken, he stretched out. He knows that the tension is up. He's trying to go for something sneaky, but instead gets punished by resting, trying to catch him in the air. A bit of a sold-out situation. Is that what you call it? Like selling yourself out, I guess?
Yeah, that was tough.
That was a very rough decision to make. Yo también te quiero mucho, Juanca. A very rough decision to make. You have to clutch those out. You have to be innovative to try to close those instances out. But you could tell how his body language, I'm speaking about Bassmage, was just letting out tension between stocks.
Right.
That second stock specifically, where they both were at the second stock. It
felt like the last stock, like you were saying, right? Yeah.
So it added up a lot of tension. So for this game 5, they have to let go of it or embrace it and, use it as fuel.
Right, exactly. And I mean, we'll see if, okay, we're going to Final Destination. This is one of the most volatile stages. We're not going to have to deal with the platforms anymore. Something I noticed in the last couple stages, or last couple matches and games, were because you mentioned earlier, PS2 has such high platforms, so that is going to give your opponent access to the platform tech option. And we saw Tarik and Bassmage utilize both of them to avoid confirms because of having the access. But we're on Final Destination. There is no platforms, no techs. So if something is a true confirm, or you can just get these things like the drag down with the Greninja, it's going to be a very big deal. Yeah, no tech chases, or at least not as prominent. Only punches, only aggression. Beautiful down there from Tarik. Oh my, there it is. No platform to save you. Was trying to get that, and he got it immediately. Tarik fights back and gets yet another stock. They're going blow for blow, and that's got to be scary, Charles. Yeah, and I mean, unfortunate that Bassmage did not get the star KO there. Usually you won't get the stock trade or the punish back, right? So gonna even things up, but at least the confidence meter has to be on the higher side here for Bassmage, because if you're still confident enough, the sing into up air, rest, bang, bang. He knew, but Tarik knew that was gonna happen, because as soon as Bassmage got that first string, he screamed. He was like, fuck! Like he knew this was coming, and you have to respect those moments, because as a top player, he knows what every single misstep might cost you, especially in this instance of bracket. Man, that was very close offstage interaction there. Come out from Tarik. Tarik able to get back on stage, but Bassmage looking like such a dominant lead. And I mean, at this point, it's going to be so hard for Tarik to find an opening. The amount of space Jigglypuff has, and this is Bassmage's counter pick too, because I usually see Greninja players go to the stage, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if Greninja in 2025 still likes Final Destination or not. Oh, that was a DI up. That was weird. Yeah, I think that was just very. He got spooked. I don't know if. Jigglypuff is very light, don't get me wrong. It is. She likes the air. She's a balloon, so she went up. Now, careful here, because Bassmage does have the lead. Hydro Pump to just get away from danger, knowing that Final Destination offers no shelter. So they have to be very mindful. They have to be extremely careful as how they go in. And now that we're out, Tarik poses a huge threat as he tries to recover. He flies a little too close, and Bassmage pops off, letting out all the tension that has accumulated throughout this intense set. What a way to start things off at 4 Priority 9 today. Great opening set here. Tarik did a wonderful job, but not good enough. Those high recoveries finally getting called out. We saw a lot of those recoveries, especially in the beginning of the set, just barely going above the ledge, and Bassmage barely missing the back air. But I think Bassmage just waiting it out on this last stock, game 5, and just waiting. Don't pull the trigger, and just waiting for that fairly up high recovery, and then throws out the back air. And Jigglypuff back air, we didn't see it connect too often. I mean, we saw some untechable stage spikes with the back air, but it is a lot slower in Ultimate, but does still pack a punch. It is a very, very strong move. So great stuff from Bassmage, able to close it out versus Tarik. The Final Destination counter pick, very interesting, but I think it ended up working out just because the up air rest went uninterrupted. No platform tech chases, nothing. And we saw how important up air, that specific confirm happened a lot in the last game, right? He needed that for sure. And just to clear out things